This training video describes the student assessment experience for Literably's fluency assessments. In an earlier training video, we discussed the different ways that teachers and students can log into Literably, depending on your district or school's chosen rostering method. Students can either log in through Clever or ClassLink single sign-on, or directly from Literably's login page. Please refer to one of the rostering videos if you need to review how students should log into Literably. Students can use a variety of devices to assess in Literably, including laptops, desktops, Chromebooks, or iPads. On computers, we recommend that students use the Chrome browser, and on the iPad, we recommend that students use the Literably iPad app, which needs to be pre-installed. If this is not an option, they can also use the Safari or Chrome app on the iPad. Once students have logged into Literably, they may be taken directly into the assessment if your district or school only uses fluency. If you use multiple assessments, your student may see an assessment menu page. They should click on Oral Reading Fluency to move on. When students enter the assessment, they may first need to click Allow in the microphone pop-up window to enable the microphone. After they do this, students will see and hear an intro to the story they'll be reading.
This book is called The Sneaky Spider. Read to find out what the spider does to Kim's new picture on the wall.
After clicking Next Page, students will see a blue Start button at the top of the screen, and the text will be blurred out to prevent pre-reading. When students click the Start button, the text and pictures will appear, and the student's main job is to read the text out loud into their devices. When students get to the end of the page, they will click Next Page and keep reading. For text through the end of third grade, there will be pictures on each page to accompany the text. For texts above third grade, there won't be pictures, and your student may need to scroll down to finish reading the entire text. I am still clicking Next Page and reading the story out loud into the microphone. Now, when students get to the end of the story and there's no Next Page button anymore, they should press Stop to stop recording. Here, students will see three options: playback, record again, and comprehension. Most of the time, students should be able to just move to the comprehension section of the assessment, but they do have the option to listen to how they read the text, and occasionally, they may need to re-record. This may be necessary if they were interrupted the first time, say by an announcement, and need to redo their reading to get a clean copy. After re-recording, students will move on to the comprehension questions. Each text comes with 5 multiple choice questions. Students can read these to themselves or click on the blue speaker buttons to have them read aloud.
He draws on it.
We provide audio to ensure that we're assessing comprehension of the passages rather than students' ability to decode the questions. Students can return to the text to look for information. This ensures that we're assessing comprehension rather than recall. And they just need to click on comprehension to get back to the questions. After selecting an answer, students can move to the next question. They can also go back to previous questions and change their responses if needed. After students complete all 5 multiple choice questions, they move on to the last part of the assessment, the retell. Students can type the retell or press this button to record an oral retell. This is the one part of the assessment that Literably does not grade, since we haven't found an objective way to score this component. We will capture the typed or recorded response, and you have the option to score it using a generic rubric after you receive the student's results. After students finish the retell, they can log out. As soon as they're done, if you log back into your teacher dashboard, you should see the not yet graded assessment on your dashboard. This is a good indication that the assessment went through. The assessment will be graded in 24 hours. You will receive an email notification with the results, and the new data will appear on your teacher dashboard. We find that on average, it takes students 10 to 15 minutes to complete the fluency assessment, although this depends on your student's age and their familiarity with Literably. Now that you have seen how students take the oral reading fluency assessment, you can move on to the next training video on interpreting results. We also recommend checking out the Using the Demo Student training video to see how you can demo the assessment process for your students.